The government of Guyana, through the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, handed over $60 million worth in medical machines to the Region 6 Health Authority on Wednesday. Jalissa Hines reports.
On Wednesday, May 19, 2021, the government of Guyana, through the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, handed over $6 million worth in medical machines and equipment to the Region 6 Health Authority. The presentation was held at the New Amsterdam Hospital's conference room. Regional Health Officer Dr. Sharma disclosed the names of the machines and equipment received and expressed gratitude for the government's investment in the health sector.
This that you're seeing on display, it's only a few. We're thankful and we're extremely pleased because with this investment, we can definitely continue to improve the level of care we provide to the residents of our region. Regionally, for the past 6 months, we would have actively been distributing, we've been actively purchasing and distributing equipment throughout the region. We now have, for example, Maiduguri Hospital now have its own EKG machine, which means the 3,000 odd residents can now have that service done right at the facility. We also today would be adding 2 anesthetic machines, an additional theatre bed presently installed in the theatre, 2 capnographs. I must mention, one is also donated by Mr. Cady. Thank you, Mr. Cady. We also would have added monitors within the sector. Skeldon benefited from one. Skeldon also would have benefited from an EKG machine. Laryngoscopes. We would have added laryngoscopes in a timely manner. As you're well aware, we're dealing with COVID-19. And the laryngoscope aids us with intubation. So that also was a timely investment. We also would have added oxygen gauge, Doppler, incubator at Skeldon, sterilizer at Skeldon. These are some of the activities over the past months. And we're extremely pleased also to see the increase in service utilization within our region.
Dr. Sharma further added,
I would also like to add, with the addition of these equipment, New Amsterdam Hospital has moved from 1 operating theatre to 3 operating theatres. We will continue to improve the theatre services at New Amsterdam Hospital so that our residents can continue to see an improved level of care.
Chairman of Region 6, Mr. David Armagon, gave a brief speech.
But every day what we try to do in the health sector is to bring some level of improvement in the system. Because for us, health is perhaps one of the most important sectors in any country. Because an unhealthy population cannot build a country. And so the health of our people is very important, especially public health. When it comes to public health, the people who depend upon the public health system are the poorer sections of our community. People who really cannot afford to access private facilities. And so they come here and they expect a certain level of service. Now, it is not always that we are able to meet the people's expectations, because people's expectations are also very high. But we must on every day try our best to improve and to meet the people's expectations.
Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, Mr. Nigel Darnlall, also gave a speech.
There have been tremendous challenges in the recent past where health is concerned in Region 6. And it is our intention as government to make sure that facilities are provided, the tools, the equipment are provided to enhance the services that have to be delivered. Many of you might want to know why I am the minister here this afternoon. As Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, the administration of all of the health facilities in the country come under the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development. And sometimes many staff also come under the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development. Well, I'm happy to be here this afternoon. Health is very critical. It is extremely important to the well-being, as the chairman said, of our country. And Region 6 is also quite critical. We have, I'm told, 34 health facilities across the region, including this hospital and 3 other hospitals, Port Morant, Skeldon, and Maipuri, and then we have some health centers and health posts across the region. We have in excess of 1,100 staff. That is quite substantial. We have 63 doctors. I think we may need more doctors. We have a patient scope of over 100,000. And like I'm from Region 5, the closest hospital to us, despite Fort Wellington was still in operation. New Amsterdam Hospital was our referral hospital. It was the main hospital, and it still is, in Berbice. So a lot of West Berbice, East Berbice come to New Amsterdam Hospital to receive services. And it is incumbent on us to make sure that everyone gets non-discriminatory services. So the services that you get offered at the senior hospital, the tertiary hospital, Georgetown, in this case, in our country at this point in time, we expect similar services to also be offered in Region 6.
Nurse Clark highlighted the importance and uses of the machines and equipment received, and the CEO of the New Amsterdam Hospital, Mr. Khan, delivered the vote of thanks. Reporting for Channel 8 News, I am